dropped my stream, bro. That was weird.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah.
1, 2,
Left hand is weak. I mean, my left hand is strong.
1,
My right hand is really weak.
3, 4.
Raheem Khan, what's poppin', my brother?
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
Ah.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I'm
2,
listening to something on YouTube. If I play it, YouTube will block it.
3,
So I'm listening to something on YouTube, but at the same time, I got a talking metronome. So
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
I'm trying to like relax and just let it flow.
2,
You know.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah.
1.
I I don't know what YouTube is doing,
4,
because
2, 3,
I don't know if you guys saw the last stream. The screen just went blank.
4,
My alarm went off because this is my phone, but my screen just, it went blank. That's never happened before.
2,
And
3,
YouTube has kind of done something with the algorithm to where
3, 4,
even if you're streaming, like they kind of switch. There's roughly a 30% decrease in views
3,
and people coming in,
1,
like coming in the chat,
4,
and
2,
like watch time. They did something with the algorithm. I don't know what it is, but like every few months they switch up the algorithm, and you got to figure it out again. So it's kind of like,
1,
come on, man.
2,
YouTube, they play a dirty game.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3,
Ah,
1, 2,
turning 18.
3, 4,
So
2,
you're turning 18.
4,
The
1,
crazy thing about being 18 is
4, 1,
you can get drafted,
3,
you can vote,
1,
you can get arrested and go to prison as an adult,
4,
but you can't drink.
2, 3, 4,
If you can lock me up and send me to war, why shouldn't I be able to drink? I've always thought about that.
3, 4,
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? So
4,
I've never understood that. I gotta be 21 to drink. Okay, well make it 20. You know, cause you can vote and all that stuff. You can do all that stuff. You can vote. You can get locked up. You can buy cigarettes, but you can't drink.
4,
Come on, man.
2,
Come on, man.
3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,
Ah,
2, 3,
all right, it's too
4,
loud.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Here's a good exercise.
2, 3, 4, 1,
Ah, finger technique. Yes.
3, 4, 1, 2, 3,
Well, neither do I.
1,
It's just the
2,
hypocrisy. I don't drink or smoke either.
4,
Um,
1, 2,
but it's just it's the hypocrisy. You know what I mean? So,
2,
you know,
4,
I don't knock anybody who
3,
who drinks or smokes.
1,
I just choose not
2,
to.
3,
But you know,
4,
1
2,
it doesn't make sense.
4,
I should be able to have a drink if you want me to go fight a war.
3,
You know, but finger technique.
2,
Yes.
3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1,
Start off slow.
3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,
Start off slow.
2, 3,
Now,
4,
I like to use, you know, you got your fingers like this.
3,
This is the fulcrum.
4,
What creates the movement
1,
is this part of your middle finger. This is more, these two fingers, your ring finger and your pinky, are more like, they're more for control.
2,
You know, but
3, 4, 1,
I don't know. I got to turn my hand so you can see.
3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4,
That's all it is.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Try to isolate. Of course, just your wrist is going to have some sympathetic motion.
4, 1, 2, 3,
But yeah, start off slow and relaxed.
1,
Now, once you get kind of used to
2,
it,
3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3,
try to use
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2,
You know,
2,
you
3, 4, 1.
once you get used to the motion, like I said, your wrists are gonna have sympathetic motion because when you're using your fingers, you're engaging all this stuff in your forearm. So your wrists are gonna have sympathetic motion. You just don't want your wrist doing this. That's a good way to get carpal tunnel.
3, 4.
And I know that because I did this for years, and I developed carpal tunnel, which which is another. Like you can overcome carpal tunnel. You can overcome it. You know. Like I was like this. I was this guy. Elbows and wrists, and I blew out my elbows, and I had to actually relearn how to play, and I just literally walked around like this. You know, I would walk around and just on a practice pad, just. I'd go to work. I had a practice pad. I'd be in my car, like I'd be banging on the steering wheel, trying to develop my finger technique. And once I developed it, man, like my carpal tunnel, it doesn't bother, and I had it really bad. Like it was to the point where my thumbs would get numb, and then my pointer finger would get numb, and then the numbness would kind of reach up, and it just like it was really bad. So once I did that, man, once I switched to finger technique, I don't have any problems. You know, and I got like busted hands from like that right there. This finger was broken to the point where the bone was separated like that. The top part was on this side, and like the rest, it was like this.
2, 3,
this thumb, I busted. Look at this.
4, 1, 2.
You know,
3.
So my hands, I used to do like BMX freestyle and all that stuff, and plus from fighting and all that. Your hands get really bad.
3,
but
4, 1.
I switched up my style and started like practicing finger technique, and
3, 4.
like I don't have problems.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2,
another exercise.
3, 4, 1.
Oh, so am I.
Two,
I'm self-taught.
3.
We were poor, bro. We couldn't afford lessons, so everything I learned was just,
3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1.
I'll say this.
3, 4.
I think you should learn American, French, and German grip. I think you should learn all of them, because when you're playing set, sometimes you're kind of, certain things you're going to do, you're going to end up like, you got to learn all like different, because sometimes you're going to be like this. But if you're playing with palms down, finger technique still works. You know, it still works. Palms down, it still works. So you could, and accent it with your wrist. You know, sometimes when I'm on ride cymbal, I'm playing like this. You know, so I'm playing everything in between. You know, you should learn. Yeah, exactly. Wait. What's it say? Okay, my boy, help me. I'm at. All right, bro. Raheem, I'll see you, bro. Happy birthday. Have a good one, man. You know, now another thing, another good technique is flam taps. I usually do flam taps in a traditional grip. Because my traditional grip, I can gain speed, but I have no control. Like I've got more control, of course, like this. You know, I have to develop the control with my traditional grip, you know. But even with traditional grip, I still use finger technique. It's just the thumb is generating. You know, this is the fulcrum, and the thumb. You know, it's really the thumb and the bounce. Now this is where it gets hard when you start trying to do this. Now I'm doing it. I'm switching fast. But I've seen guys like slowly. That's hard. Because what happens is once you get to this part, it's more like you're using the two fingers to guide it. And then kind of to go back, it's hard, man. You know, so I'm completely inconsistent with that. Your friends won't make you do anything. I've had if they're trying to make you, if they're trying to get you to drink or smoke, they're not your friends. Amara, 2013. Yeah. Yeah. Like friends, if they're trying to get you to use drugs or they're trying to get you to drink, they're not your friends. They're not your friends. They're just dudes that get amused at seeing people. They just want to see you. Yeah, let's see what he does when he's like, or misery loves company. Misery loves company. You know what I mean? And what happens is a lot of times what they want to confirm what they know they shouldn't be doing by, oh, why don't you do this? It's almost like a come join us, we're doing bad things. And it makes them feel better about them doing bad things if they got somebody else doing the same craziness as them. They're not your friends, bro. They're not your friends. Your friends are the people who mean the best for you. If they see you messing up, they'll check you. They'll be like, yo, like my friends will straight up be like, Mark, you tripping. Like, what are you doing? You're tripping, bro. What are you, like, and friends like the friends I choose, like I've had friends with, Mark, why don't you do this? Why don't you? Nah, dog. Nope. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah, like, and I mean, I'm telling you, man, like, find like-minded friends. I think what happens is when you're in your teens, it's kind of weird for another teenager to kind of be like, bro, don't do that. So you gotta find people who just don't do that. And you think the same way. And you have like-minded goals. And like, if guys, like my crew we were just dedicated to music and training and all, like, and it wasn't like, it was an unspoken thing that we didn't smoke and we didn't, it was an unspoken thing. You know what I mean? As opposed to, and what happens is dudes are about like craziness and goofiness and bad stuff. They'll reveal themselves. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, man. Like and I'm gonna tell you, it is lonely. It's lonely. You know. Um. Well, they're good friends. It takes time to find them, but they're just as somebody. If there's somebody that, like, for instance, you're not the only guy who wants to do good. You're not the only guy. Now, just by, I mean, there are people in general, just because people are influenced by society, and unfortunately society is pushing off a lot of craziness, a lot of foolishness, smoking, drinking, sleeping with as many women as you want, and trust me, you will regret it. You will regret it. Like, I grew up with guys, and I don't know, like, they lock you up for child support. you know, and you're never gonna make any money because you got like 5 kids by like 5 different girls, and they all want their handout. Like, no, no. So a lot of times, like for me, it was lonely, man. I really didn't have friends. Um, I worked on my craft, and that's it. And it wasn't until years later that I saw the fruits of all that. When I saw like the friends that were about all that craziness, they fell by the wayside. They either are homeless, or they're in prison, or like my sons. I tell my sons this: if you go to school, you go to high school. I said, when you're in high school, the temptation is going to be dudes selling drugs, dudes using drugs, dudes playing the ladies. By the time you're a senior in high school, you're going to start seeing the fruits of that. Some of those guys are going to start quitting school, or they're just going to get caught up in addiction, or they're going to have one of their classmates pregnant. Now, by the time you go to college, in those 4 years, you're going to see, you know, your friend who plays the ladies, he got all kinds of women. Then you're going to say, you're going to see your friends that are selling drugs. They're driving around in fancy cars. Then what's going to happen is when you finish college, in those 4 years, the guy who's playing the ladies has like a bunch of kids and he has to pay child support, so he has no money, you know. Or the dude that was selling drugs, the dope boy, he got locked up and he got 5 years. So, and then the guy who was on drugs and partying, they have nothing to do. They have nothing to show for it except an addiction. So while you're in college, now you're out of college and you get a good job. You're making a decent salary. You might be making 45, 50, depending on what you're doing. You might be making 80. You might be making 95K, you know, whatever. Depends on what you do. Like my son, one of my sons wants to be an engineer. My other son wants to go to West Point. But what happens is my oldest daughter, she's in college to be a pediatrician. But what happens is after college, all those people who were doing all that crazy stuff, they have to start over. Now, the dope boy who made all that money, he's coming out of jail with a record, so he can't get a good job. The dude who's playing all the ladies, he has no money because he got 1,001 kids all over the place. And they, you know, as kids get older, they get more expensive. And the dude, you know, like I said, he has nothing to show for it but an addiction. So an addiction is crazy. It's a ball and chain on your legs that it's never going to go away. It's never going to get easier. Like now life is hard. An addiction makes it even worse. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. And I'm going to say this. You're not alone, bro. It's lonely, you know, but there's an old saying, you can do bad all by yourself. You don't need help. You know what I mean? So, like, you know what I mean? I don't need help from you to do bad. So I'd rather just keep you out of my face and just do good. Do what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know what I mean? Like, let me tell you something. I let my kids see, like, I'll drive through the hood. I'll drive through the worst part of town. I'll be like, see that? He's a meth head. See that? He's a crackhead. See her nodding on the corner like this? She's a heroin addict. Like, is this what you want? Like, nobody grows up saying, I want to be a drug addict. Or I want 1,000 kids with 1,000 women and be broke because I have to pay child support. Or I want to go to prison because I want to, like, everybody thinks, when you're young, everybody thinks you can get away with it. You think you're going to get away with it until time catches up and you realize you're always going to pay for the consequences of your actions. Now, you can be forgiven, but you still got consequences for your actions. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm glad I could, bro. I'm glad I could. I tried my whole goal in terms of I believe you go through things for other people, not just for yourself. You gain years of wisdom for other people to share it with other people. It's not just for yourself, it's for other people. And like I've always kind of like, yo, man, if because it's hard, man. I'm telling you, I was that dude. I was the guy who was focused on music, and I was a music nerd. I was focused on books, focused on music. That's it. Getting healthy, I was that guy, and it was lonely. And it wasn't until I was like 22 when I found some like-minded individuals that didn't drink, didn't smoke. Like one of them drank, but he was kind of modest with it. He wasn't stinking and drinking. But we didn't drink, we didn't smoke, we focused on music, and that's what helped us to excel because especially when you're doing music, man, you get a lot of people, like, it's the party vibe. Like, it just is what it is. Like, there's weed everywhere. People, like, it's a party vibe. So, but it took years, man. It took me, yeah, about 21, 22, where I had some real friends who would tell me about myself. Even if I was messing up, they'd be like, Mark, you messing up, bro. You tripping. Like, they would tell me about myself. So, oh, you going to school?
I missed the bus.
Huh?
I missed the bus. Could you drive me there?
All right, yeah. You ain't gonna put that coat on?
I am.
I was gonna say, it's kind of cold out there. All right, you guys, let me get out of here. I gotta take my son to school. He missed the bus, so it's all good. I gotta get gas for the truck anyway. Raheem, have a good birthday, my brother.